how to transcend the most powerful energy disruptor in the universe. Going back now, almost 20 years ago, I remember I had the opportunity to sit down with Dr. Ronald Jones, who was a former top consultant that discovered the healing frequencies in my music. And we're sitting down, and he asked me a question. He said, Mark, what do you think is the most potent energy, the most powerful energy disruptor in the whole universe? And up until this point in time, we were primarily dealing with vibrational barriers. If you haven't heard me talk about it before on this channel, vibrational barriers are the 80,000 man-made chemicals in our air, food, and water, the vast amount of technology that we've surrounded ourselves with, 5G, 4G, 3G, smart meters, Wi-Fi, EMFs, all these different things that we've put into our space that cause our energy field to go into a state of disharmony, causing stress, causing compromised mental functionality, compromising our physical energy, actually putting us into a weakened state, actually putting the body, this super biological wireless computer, into a state of disharmony. So I'm thinking it's got to be something like radiation, something like gamma rays or something like that. I didn't know, especially at this particular point in time, but his answer changed my pathway forever. And he said, would you believe the most powerful energy disruptor in the universe are your own limiting thoughts, beliefs, and perceptions? And that answer intrigued me because it really started to put what happens in our lives based on what happens between these ears, how it is that we code our reality, our experience. It's the mind. It's almost like the operating system software and the CPU that you have in your computer that gives the ability to decode ones and zeros and put me up on the screen so you can experience and hear what it is that I'm sharing and playing. In essence, we've tried to recreate our technology to be like how we operate, being this powerful, super biological wireless computer that has the ability to code through sound what it is that we create and experience. So why do I believe sound healing is so powerful? Because the universe is dictated and run by sound and frequency. Whatever the word was, in the wisdom traditions that's talked about, in the beginning was the word. It doesn't matter what the word was. But what it does show is that word being sound, vibration, sound set the universe in motion. And if every thought, every belief, every perception that you have, whether empowering or disempowering, broadcast to this field that's always listening to your music, to your sound, and marrying back through your physical health, through your relationships, through your prosperity or lack thereof, through your career, your work, fulfilling your purpose, your happiness, your joy in life, the beliefs and the perceptions you have around your spirituality and your connection to the oversoul, God, source, universe, however you want to define it, that gets compromised by these limiting beliefs and perceptions that have been so masterfully put in to our minds to limit our experience, to help us to play this most amazing game, the cosmic game of hide and seek. Hide your divinity, hide your power, hide your awesomeness, hide your extraordinary talents, etc., etc. Hide them behind experiences growing up from age 0 to 7, where we form the foundational belief structures of the conscious and the subconscious mind, which broadcast 24/7 to the field, which the field masterfully mirrors back in our experience. So what if I told you that you could change your broadcast, that we don't have to go through, maybe 25 years of therapy to work through issues in regards to our mom or our dad or whatever, that we can begin to start shifting our energy almost immediately and begin changing our broadcast, what it is that we broadcast to the field, and therefore what life mirrors back. This brings to what I wanted to share today about musical mantras. And a lot of these pieces that I've been sharing through this channel over the years now, there's a reason why I share these pieces. Because if anything that I've realized, if every thought, every belief, and let's say we have a limiting belief, okay, that is broadcasting, let's just give it a frequency and call it a name, +4, okay, you can actually create a offsetting frequency, -4, combine it with your intention, and you can begin to eliminate that broadcast that's outpicturing as the challenges in your life. The only way you're going to change your experience is by changing your energy, your sound. So it would make sense that we could use sound to offset, transform, and change our broadcast so that we can begin to create new experiences in our life. And I've shared this story before, but it's a powerful one. I'm going to share it again. In the very beginning, when the musical mantra was born for me anyways, and really what a musical mantra is a piece of music that is channeled out live with an intention behind it. And I got this idea from a young lady I was doing work with who had this reoccurring negative pattern of bringing into her experience dysfunctional relationships. Well, through the process of questioning and unearthing and listening into her undertones, I could hear the broadcast of resentment. Resentment against male figure, in this case was her dad. And so there needed to be some resolution there. There needed to be some elimination of this frequency from those beliefs that she picked up about men and about certainly probably one of the most powerful male figures in any child's life being that of the dad. So she set the intention to forgive. And this is an important step because changing belief structures, changing broadcasts is a collaborative dance. You have to be willing to change. You have to be willing to set the intention to let go of something and to bring something into your field to change your broadcast and your resonance. So I asked her, are you willing to forgive your dad? Yes. So I just got this idea. I'm going to play a piece of music. And out came something I'd never played before. It was my very first musical mantra for forgiveness. Recorded it in the studio, sent it to her, play this in the space. 3 days later, she calls me up, Dad. Her dad called her out of the blue and said, hey, you know what? We've had 10 years, way too long. Unreconciled stuff between us. Are you open to sitting down, forgiveness, reconciliation work, the whole shot? And so what popped into her experience was something that aligned with, yes, her intention, but also changing her vibrational frequency or the sound that she was broadcasting. You change your sound, your music, and what will come into your experience? Opportunities to shift, change, synchronicities, ahas, creative ideas that you then take action upon, leading towards what it is that you wish to create and experience in your life. So the musical mantra was born to help people to offset those broadcasts within their field that aren't in alignment with who they are, that aren't based in love or the truth of us being divine, magnificent expressions of universal source energy or the oversoul or pure consciousness, however you want to define it. Please insert what you're most comfortable with there. So if anything I've learned over the years in literally creating libraries of this type of music and actually discovering very key frequency activations that are imperative for healing and transformation, there's one that stands out above them all. And that is a musical mantra for self-love. So powerful. What would open up for the world, for all of us in our lives? How would your cells react to you loving yourself more? So I invite you in this moment to set the intention to love yourself more. That's it. It doesn't matter where you are at on the love scale. It's a never-ending scale. There's always more to evolve into and unfold into. And that's part of the beauty of self-love. So what I want you to do is I want you to set that intention if that aligns with you and breathe in these notes. Just breathe them into your heart space. That's it. That's simple. So just take some nice deep breaths. Breathing. Self-love. What would open up for you if you were to love yourself more? Take another deep breath. Breathe. Self-love. Deep inhale. Let it go. So what would be a great act that you could take, a physical act, an act of self-love that you can take this week to move you forward in your life, to build this essential state of being, this essential frequency that has such a beautiful and powerful capacity and ability to overwrite all the old programming that says you're not smart enough, not beautiful enough, not talented enough, all that stuff, all that fiction that we've all got to one degree or another. Self-love has the ability to turn the light on in the most darkened of spaces and reveal the truth of who and what you are. So I would love to hear in your comments what your act of self-love is that you're going to take on for you. And when you take on that, I want you to make sure that you're actually observant of what happens in your experience. If you breathe in these notes, and I will also be putting a longer healing process out later this week on my YouTube channel, I invite you to come back and breathe in those notes. Love yourself more. Amazing things will happen. Such a powerful state to transform your health, your well-being, your prosperity, your relationships, your spirituality, all the facets and aspects of your life. It's almost like a universal tuner. Go tune yourself and look to see what opens up. But make sure you share in the comments your act of self-love, and then share any little synchronicities that show up for you. Share what showed up for you just out of breathing those few notes right then and there. And ultimately share what steps you can take to love yourself more. Invite you to take in a deeper step and tune in to more musical mantras, high vibrational pieces, musical notes. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to work with a track of music. Go to markromeromusic.com/gift, markromeromusic.com/gift. Download your track entitled The Journey to support you on your journey to revealing the masterpiece within. Take care. Have a harmonious day.